Hi there, it's Delusion Dispeller. This is video number 3 of ways of abuse that you probably haven't thought about, or maybe you have. I don't know. Not really sure what the title of this video is going to be, but it'll be a good one, I'm sure. Um, so the next thing I want to talk to you about that is abusive is spilling things on your important papers. These are things that I'm hoping, just forms of abuse that are not the commonplace everyday thing that we think of, like, well, smacking, punching, kicking, biting, whatever. That's all obviously physical things. Or calling you names, which I'll do another video on some of the verbal things that people say that are abusive. But for now, these are things that aren't like readily thought of and things that are kind of sneaky, hidden, covert, I guess, maybe. So, the next one I will talk about is spilling stuff on your papers. If you're in college, they conveniently managed to spill stuff on your term paper that was like 80 pages long or something. Oh, honey, I may have spilled my coffee, but that's okay. I kind of took a cloth and dabbed it, but there's a big stain on it. I don't think it'll matter anyways. And then you have to retype the whole entire paper over again, and they don't care. That's abusive. Um, or spilling things on your kids' school papers also. Next thing, saying that you said something you didn't and telling people that you said it. Telling your children you said things that you didn't and swearing to it. Oh, that's exactly what you said. I don't know why you're lying now. You know you told them they could do that, and you know you didn't tell them that they could do that. That's abusive. Putting words in your mouth. That's abusive. I think we already covered this. Scheduling things for themselves on days that are important to you. I don't remember if I covered that in the last video. I might have. But that is also a physical thing because they're scheduling. And oh, well, I already had a plan. Well, okay, but we talked about doing this for our anniversary. Yeah, well, this thing is more important, so we're going to do this. That's abusive. Turning the channel on you when you're watching a program. Very abusive and very annoying. You're sitting there watching something and you're really in-depthly engrossed in it, and they can tell that you're enjoying what you're watching and really getting into it, and they come in and turn your channel, and you're like, hey, what'd you do that for? I want to watch the game, it's on. Or whatever. And he never watches the game normally, but just because you're in there watching something, he comes in or she comes in and turns it and doesn't care that it bothers you. That's abusive. Um, Keeping you out late when you're extremely tired, you have to work the next day, whatever, and they're the one driving, so you're kind of at their what's the word? At their mercy, I guess you could say. You have to get home, and if it was you driving, you'd be home already. But they refuse to acknowledge the fact that you are exhausted, you're tired, you worked all day, you got to work again tomorrow, and they purposely keep you out late and act the fool, probably drinking or acting stupid, who knows. That's abuse. They don't honor the fact that you have a schedule to keep and your body needs rest. So yeah, that's abusive. Um, Another thing, keeping you out somewhere else when you have plans otherwise. So in my case, it was church. It was always church or Bible study or something. And my husband at the time knew, not my current husband, but my ex-husband, knew that I wanted to go to this church function and conveniently would keep me out somewhere like at his sister's or whatever. And we wouldn't get home on time for me to go to the church thing, and I'd be upset. And then he'd put me down for, oh, well, there's other church functions, you can go to the next one. Or but it was something I had my heart set. And somebody that constantly disappoints you, that's abuse. So that's another one. um uh, Not paying taxes. This happened to me in my first marriage. My husband at the time did not pay taxes on time, so we almost lost the house and the property, and would have had my former brother-in-law at the time, not stepped in and paid the back taxes that somebody tried to buy the house out from under us. So, yeah, not paying taxes, not being responsible in general is abuse. Stealing from stores. Do you have a husband or wife that comes home mysteriously having all these extra things that you never saw before? And they can't explain to you how they got them because you knew you didn't have money for those extra things. But things just keep turning up mysteriously that you've never seen. And you know that they're pilfering them from the local store. Yeah, definitely abuse. And you do not want to stay with somebody like that because guess what? You are guilty by association and you both will be in trouble. So you don't want to be in that mess. Get out if you're in that. Um, oh, here's a big one. And this is probably not uncommon, and you've probably thought of this or even been through it. Being constantly accused of being of cheating on somebody. You know, oh, I know you had your eye on that person over there. You're probably planning to get with them. Or I know you were out late. You were probably over there with her or him or whatever. That's annoying and irritating and juvenile and definitely abusive. I had a former boyfriend that every time he'd get drunk, he would call me up. What are you doing? He was Mexican, so he had that little cute accent. That's why I liked him. What you doing? I'm like, talking to you. Yeah, you probably got somebody else there. I don't have anybody else here. I'm on the phone. I'm in my dorm room or wherever I was, not my dorm room, but my apartment. I'm in my apartment talking to you on the phone. Yeah, what's his name? I don't have anybody here. You know, it's just like grow up. Don't stay in relationships like that where they're so insecure they're constantly accusing you of cheating. That's just not even a healthy relationship at all. Or suspecting you of planning an affair that you know you're not because you're at work all day and you don't have time to plan anything like that. And wouldn't if you could because you're in love with the person you're with, hopefully. And if you are in love with somebody like that, then you probably need some counseling because that's not a healthy relationship, anyways. All right, stay tuned. There'll be more on the next video, number 4. I think so. See you there.